beautiful island of Maui. Don't worry, those of you on the left side, I got something for you too. If you also look to the right side, you'll see people looking outside the window at the beautiful island of Maui.
Our flight attendants got jokes. Aloha, y'all! It's your girl Drelobaybay headed over to Maui, and if you want to know all the things you need to do before you go to Maui, keep on watching. Alright, y'all, so you're interested in going to Maui, right? Okay, well, you're in good hands. Let me tell you all the things you need to do in order to get there. You purchased your tickets, you booked your hotel, and you're ready to go, right? Well, not quite. You gotta log on to www.travel.hawaii.gov. Once you get to the website, you're gonna wanna watch the video that they have for you. The video will go into detail of all the documents you need to provide in order to travel to Hawaii safely. After creating yourself a login, you'll get to this page right here. Then you're going to click on the trips button and enter your trip information. Next, you're going to hit the apply for exemption exception from quarantine. This is where you're going to turn in your COVID-19 results along with your vaccination cards if you have been vaccinated. Now, for those of you who are wondering, what are the requirements to even go to Hawaii? Well, let me tell you. You gotta be hot, you gotta have... Just kidding. Okay, all jokes aside, the real requirements in order to come into Hawaii are that you either provide a negative COVID test or proof of vaccination. Now, the COVID test needs to be done within 1 day of boarding your flight. Now, that information pertains to you only if you are a U.S. citizen living in the U.S. Now, if you are not a U.S. citizen, you must have your vaccination card as well as a negative COVID test. After you submit everything, you'll get your QR code sent to you by email. And it will look something like this. Now, if you don't get your QR code in an email, log back into the website and click on Generate New QR Code Email, and you'll find your QR code there. Alright, y'all, so once you have your QR code, you're ready to go and you're at your airport. Some airports offer something called pre-clear. Now, what that is if you meet the requirements to bypass quarantine, you could avoid long wait hours when you arrive in Hawaii by showing them your QR code, your ID, as well as your negative COVID test, and if you have your vaccination card, that as well. Now remember, Hawaii pre-clear is only done prior to getting on board. So before you get on board, make sure to look for Hawaii pre-clear. It'll save you lots of time. But if not, no worries, because you can get cleared in Hawaii as well. Once you do get cleared for pre-clear, they'll give you a wristband that you're gonna keep on until you exit out of the Hawaii airport that you are arriving in. That's just so that they make sure that you're already cleared and that you don't have to do it again in Hawaii. Lastly, before you leave the plane, you're going to be given one of these forms. These forms are agriculture forms that need to be filled out before you exit out of Hawaii. This is your exit ticket out along with your wristband or your QR code if you haven't done the pre-clear. Alright, so you finish your paperwork, you're ready to start your vacation. Let's do it. Aloha! Welcome to the Maui airport. We are headed right now to baggage claim, so let me give you a little quick tour of the Maui airport as we exit. So we are following the baggage claim signs, which also lead to the ground transportation. Now, those of you who didn't get your wristbands from pre-clear, this is where I'm going to show you where you can go to get cleared. Now, those of you guys who are pre-cleared, they just want to see that you have your wristband and then you're free to go. They have workers stationed around the airport to check and see that everyone that is exiting has a wristband. Now, coming up on your left-hand side, you'll see a station where you guys can get cleared if you haven't already done so before entering into Hawaii. For those of you guys who are not cleared, please make sure to get your QR code, your ID, your COVID vaccination card, and your negative COVID test out and ready to show these people. And once you finish that, you'll get your wristband and you'll be one step closer to being on the nice, sandy, warm beach. But first, let's get some coffee. Starbucks, anyone? Alright, I won't make you guys stay in line with me to get my Starbucks. But for those of you guys who did just get your wristbands, you're going to show it one last time right here. And then they will give you the all clear and you're free to go, get your bags, and get the heck out of here. And as you all probably already know, the mask mandate at the airport is to keep your mask on. So you need to keep your mask on at all times. Even though this airport is kind of an indoor-outdoor airport, you still got to keep it on at all times. Now, I don't know if it was because it was hot and I was wearing sweats and it was just getting really hot, but the bags at this airport took forever. I mean, they were on like Hawaii time, island time, as they say. Oh my goodness. I felt like we were here forever trying to get our bags. All right, I'm going to speed through this a little quicker so we can get through this a little faster. But for those of you guys who are interested in renting a car here at the Maui airport, keep on watching. So once you pick up all your bags from baggage claim, you're going to follow the sign to the tram that's going to take you to the rental car center. The rental car center is actually not very far from the airport. So if you ride the tram, it's extra fast. If you want to walk there, you can go ahead. We just decided to take the tram because it was just much easier. Now, once you cross the street, you're going to make a left here, and you can already see that one of the trams is just getting ready to leave. So you just wait over here. They'll tell you where to stand. Due to COVID, they want you to have some distance in between. So as you can see here, you're not going to get off on the first stop, but on the second stop is where you want to get off to get your rental car. And again, as a reminder, they do ask that you keep your mask on at all times while traveling inside of the tram. Now here's a little tip. If you are dressed in really warm clothing, I advise that you take some of it off before entering this tram because it does get really hot in here and there is no AC on this tram. And it doesn't help that you have to keep your mask on because, ooh, wait, it gets really hot, y'all. Anyways, once we arrive, let me show you guys a quick tour of all the rental car companies that Maui Airport has to offer. All right, here we go. We got Avis, Budget, Payless. Then we got Hertz, Thrifty, Dollar, and National, Alamo, Enterprise, and Sixt. This time around, my family went with Budget, so let me show you what it looked like in there. So due to COVID, only one person per reservation is allowed to stand in line. Now, if you're adding another driver, they have to wait outside until you reach the front and then you can bring them inside. And once you get your paperwork, you're ready to get your car. All right, y'all, that's about it. Thanks for kicking it with your girl, Drelobaybay. And as always, remember to please subscribe, comment, and like. Mahalo! Aloha! Subscribe, people!